Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez. We got the dads in the building, all right? We had the mamas here yesterday to talk about co-parenting, but what do the dads have to say? Because it takes two, right? Is it just as for them? Is it hard to date when you have a baby mama? Is there baby mama drama? Or even within your own marriage? What's it like co-parenting? Well, we heard from the ladies. Now, let me head over to the couch where we got the dads. Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, let's talk with these daddies, shall we? I've got Ian Buchanan II in the building. We've got Scott Shunk back, and KC is also back. All right, you guys are all dads, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got to get into this co-parenting situation, but first I want to hear what your actual situation is. So Ian, let's start with you.
So, recently divorced, been separated since 2019, have a 4-year-old daughter, a 12-year-old stepdaughter.
Ooh.
So we, with my 4-year-old, we do 50-50. I get her half the week and her mom gets her the other half.
Oh, wow. Okay. Scott, what about you?
I have two boys, 11 and 14. My children's mother and I have been divorced since 2015. We separated in 2012, so it's been a minute. And she is the custodial parent, and I have them weekends and see them most days. And,
Okay.
whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What about you, KC?
I have a 16-year-old son.
Wow.
Yeah.
You look 18 yourself.
I have full
Youngest
custody.
one.
He lives here with me, and he's a junior in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about what good co-parenting is like. Do you guys actually experience good co-parenting with your baby mamas?
Yeah, I feel like we have a good balance. I do.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day, good co-parenting requires a lot of trust. Like you have to trust that I'm not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to our baby's overall health, well-being, and vice versa. So for me, it's a little harder to trust because I have a little girl, and I don't want her just around random dudes. So I think it's a little bit more challenging, and I think it's a little easier for her to trust.
Oh, don't you worry. We're going to be talking about dating and co-parenting coming up because I want to hear your opinions on that. Scott, what about you? What does good co-parenting look like?
I think the best thing is the balance is with Marcy, that's my boy's mom, and I is really just we balance it out. There's an enormous amount of communication. We have a calendar, a Google Calendar that's shared, so we know everything, everyone's dates, but we're really flexible with one another. And she and I try to get together every couple of months and just sit down and hash through like human stuff. So we stay connected.
Right.
Because we still love each other and we're still a family. We're just, it's a different setup.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but it works.
Casey, you have full custody, so this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Perspective.
So my situation was different. We wasn't married. I was a freshman in college.
Wow.
It happened. And prior to that, we weren't dating. And so when he was coming along, we tried it out up until he was 2. Didn't happen. And of course, being young, it was kind of rocky a little bit, but I really stressed that we work together. I call her like a tag team partner. And matter of fact, we have a group chat with my son and herself called NWO. So like New World Order.
Yeah.
And so I always stress that, we not together, but at the end of the day, we working together for him. And we don't have no bad blood or anything like that. I made sure that, of course, it was rocky from the jump. But as time moved on, feelings kind of got away, then it kind of got easier.
So it sounds like all of you have great co-parenting situations.
Wasn't always that way.
Okay,
but
so
it
what are
works.
examples of bad co-parenting?
Oh man, I can
Maybe
think
you
of
could say a friend of a friend you heard about.
I do have a friend who's basically trying to use her daughter to get back at my friend. So she's not from Texas. She's threatening to move back to where she's from just because he doesn't want to be with her. So I've heard some horror stories, people using child support. Yeah, yeah, it can get nasty. So I definitely feel blessed in my situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard absolute horror stories, you know, and dudes disappearing, moms disappearing. I mean, that kind of stuff, and it's like, you know, the horror show for the kids and for the parent that's sort of stuck. So, yeah, I think it's a blessing to be able to really manage that relationship. Again, it's all about those kids.
Yeah.
And I'm a really selfish human being, but still.
He really is. If you haven't watched the show.
At least you can admit it, though.
Self-awareness. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
For myself, I never compared our situation to other people's, and I've actually kind of been the butt of the jokes because of how I handle things with my son's mother, and it was always kind of the underlying, I'm trying to get back with her, and I always stress like that's not the case. And, you know, because in our community, it's always kind of like either with your baby mama or you kind of hate them. And I just was against that. I kind of always gone against the wave. So I've always stressed that, you know, we just work well together, communication, and as long as we communicate and we make sure he's in first place and we good. And that kind of worked for me. So I kind of stay away from other people's situations because I ain't want to come into mine.
No, we don't want none of that.
Mine's
Absolutely.
worked well.
Yeah, we're going to keep it that way. But what I do want to talk about is dating, because I feel like that can be a little tricky situation. So coming up next, I'm going to ask them what their boundaries are, what they have done and shouldn't have done. So you stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking about co-parenting with some dads. We've got Ian, Scott, and Casey here. And Ian, during the last block, you brought up that you kind of feel weird with the trust because your baby mama might be bringing dudes over.
So I'm gonna be real. We have talked about it. She's dated, and she hasn't formally introduced Sage, my youngest, to the person she was dating. And I do trust her because this isn't her first rodeo either. So
Okay.
I kind of got a sense of how she operated when I was dating her and my stepdaughter, who's now 12. So I guess it's more about what could happen versus what has happened. So
Right.
in the back of my head, I'm just like, man, eventually she's gonna meet somebody and I'm gonna have to figure out how to navigate this relationship between him and my daughter. And, you know, I'm sure she's going to pick somebody that's going to be good, a solid person. So that's where the trust comes in. But at the end of the day, I can't help but be a little concerned with whether or not it goes the opposite direction.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember when I was first splitting up, when I was first separating, and for me, there was a lot of territorial stuff. I'm like, there's going to be another dude in my kid's life, and potentially as the non-custodial parent, having more FaceTime with them than I do. And that was like, that got me, you know, like jacked. And then I had to step back from the ego piece of that and just be like, no, this is just an opportunity because I need to trust their mother and an opportunity for these kids to have more love and more male influence in their life. So I just had to step back and trust that that was going to happen. But
That's
that-
hard.
that-
That's hard.
Oh,
That's
it's so hard.
That ego.
But that's the difference of like a 10-year, you know, versus.
Well,
comes
Casey's
with
married,
age.
so you have a different perspective too through all this.
Well,
right?
but even when I was very well single and I was younger, like I said, it was rocky with my son's mother and I because I really wasn't worried about who she dated. You know, kind of those lines get crossed where, you know, you worried about if she's moving on. I didn't care. Like, you know, you do what you do, that's fine. But I was worried about who she brought around my son. So there were times where I kind of had to like, not regulate, but I kind of, it got testy, you know? It got really testy because I was young and like you said, territorial because I was like, I don't want nobody around them. Like you can do what you do, but just bring them to me and then you'll do what you do.
I want one swinging around my kid. That's mine.
But he said he's not territorial against his baby's mom, but against his actual child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah.
it wasn't like,
Yeah.
I mean, she just went from
Yep.
being a 19-year-old as well to now she's like 21, 22, out and
Yeah.
about in the clubs and stuff. She having fun. That's fine. But at the end of the day, if they do want to come home, my son is there. And so
No.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it kind of got testy at times with that. And then also on my end, I'm not going to act like I was a saint.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're
I'm not
coming out and
I'm
telling
not
the
that
truth now.
person. And so I was kind of a hypocrite at times, but sometimes it was kind of pettiness as well.
Right.
And again, that comes with age. I'm wiser now. But yeah, those days, I guess, would be the dark days.
Yeah.
But now we grown and we good.
We established rules based on that, because Marcy was more constrained because she was custodial, but I'd have them, and I was going through them like stacking them up like cordwood, So
Yes.
it was like Marcy's like,
Yes.
Marcy was like, you've got a new woman every, blah blah blah, and so then we kind of came up with the rule 6 months. You got to be in a stable thing for 6 months before you introduce the
That's
kids
fair.
to that
That's
person.
fair.
okay. That's fair.
We call them bonus parents. I like that notion.
Bonus
That's what she
bonus
calls
parents.
herself, bonus parent.
I do not call my stepson a stepson because
Yeah.
that's what you
Yeah,
put your
same.
feet on.
Same.
It's just to
Exactly.
clarify in conversations,
Yeah.
but it's always just my
She
son.
call her
Yeah.
her bonus baby.
Bonus baby. I
So-
love that. How do you feel about her disciplining him?
I want her to. I advocate it.
Okay.
I tell her sometimes, like, hey, you being too soft. Like, I'm kind of old school, so I don't like yeah or huh. You probably, I don't really like it, but she like, man, we're modern.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Okay.
I'm not gonna fight this bout.
All right, y'all ready to play a game?
Sure.
We're gonna play Never Have I Ever, Dad's Edition.
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting. So you stay
gonna
right
drink?
there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've got the dads in the building. We've got Ian, Scott, and Casey. We've been talking about co-parenting. And apparently things are marvelous for y'all. These are great examples of good dads, okay?
So boring. So boring.
No, this is great. I don't want to be an episode of Maury. Absolutely not. But it would be fun if I would have had your actual co-parent here. So coming up, I'm just kidding. No, it's time for game night. All right, so it's Never Have I Ever. If you have, whatever I say, you take a sip. If you haven't, we'll discuss. All right? Never have I ever gone into a screaming match with my co-parent.
You supposed to drink?
Yeah, you're supposed to drink.
As a co-parent or before co-parenting?
As a co-parent. Oh, never as a co-parent. Wow. That's
Screaming is required. That's really
Yeah.
amazing. Wow.
While we are married.
Because like I
but-
said, my
that's
last screaming match was 48 hours ago.
Wow. About what? Soccer practice?
No, that my lifestyle is far too self-serving and self-indulgent, and that it was basically she hates the life I lead because she wants to lead it, and she has to end up being the responsible parent, where I get to be a great dad every weekend, and then models in Miami on the alternative weekends.
Wow. He isn't lying, Casey. That's the thing. He's not lying. He is telling the truth right here, right now. Casey, when's the last time you got into a screaming match?
Oh, no, it's been a while.
Was it back when you were teens?
Nah, I want to say when he was in middle school. No, matter of fact, high school. He started his first 2 years in high school out there. He came down 8th grade year, then he went back up because of COVID and everything. He wanted to start high school with his friends. But I just didn't like his grades, so I didn't like that every time I called, he was on the game. It was like, do something.
Okay.
Nothing compared to
To what just happened
knocking
48
down
hours.
models in Miami.
All right. Next. Have you ever used your kid as an excuse?
Dear Lord.
Do it this weekend.
Oh, tell me more. What do you mean you're doing it this weekend?
Oh, I can't say no.
Got you. Well, Ian's not going to your event because his kid is not there, actually.
Yeah, I
he
do
just
it
wants to be alone.
All the time, man.
Really?
That was like the most convenient thing.
It's like, oh, sorry, I got my
It is,
daughter.
yeah, so easy.
I
See.
just tell people I don't want to go. I don't lie. I just be like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good. I ain't going.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Can you raise my children as a black man as well?
I don't know where this is going.
Look at that transparency.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like I'm sitting here, you know.
All right, last one. Have you ever been so proud of your child that you've teared up?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm gonna tear up now too.
always.
Y'all love your kids?
Oh my God.
For sure.
Okay, good.
You know, if I didn't have children, I would be unacceptable as a human being. It's the thing that brings me back, and they ground me completely. I mean, if I don't have them if I don't see them for a couple days, I really, you know, my self-indulgence it'll overwhelm me, and I'll be in a dark hole. Otherwise, it's great.
I believe you. I believe you wholeheartedly, Scott.
I just met you today.
They absolutely ground me. No, they are absolutely my life.
I'm a sappy dad. Like
You cry for everything?
I don't cry for everything, but I did get overly emotional when he turned 16. I was like, damn. Like I just blinked. Like you came for my balls, and
now you here,
you're
16,
here,
almost
16.
my height.
He's taller than me now. He's 6'2", and he wears a size 12. I wear a size 11 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah,
And?
I was excited just to make it to a year. Like that was my big goal. I just want to keep her alive for a full year. And once I made that year, like a sense of relief. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I did it.
Yeah. So
Kept the human alive.
exactly. Because I didn't know what I was doing, man. Like
None of
everything
us
was
did.
just
I was a
learning on the fly.
19-year-old
Remember when they put
Yeah.
the baby in the car seat
Oh
when
my
you're leaving
God.
the hospital?
I was
and you're
driving
like,
20
you're driving,
miles an
yeah, it's 8 miles an hour through Boston.
Oh man, but being a dad is, like I tell people all the time, out of every title I've had, it's my most enjoyable. Like I don't think I would have been able to enjoy life as much without this experience.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I
Well,
know.
cheers to being great dads and to
you.
your kids. Hopefully they keep you proud and keep you tearing up.
I'm not gonna eat.
Cheers. All right, well, thanks, dads. Coming up next, we've got Sweet Grass Vodka in the building. Does that mean Jeremy Renner's here? You'll have to find out after the break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now with Bill Mahar, and you're here to do what, baby?
Back that glass up.
That's right, that's right. And Bill, you are the Chief Branding Officer at Sweet Grass Vodka.
That is correct.
And this is Jeremy Renner's new vodka.
This is Jeremy Renner's new vodka. He has partnered with us. He is an owner of the brand, and we are excited to just be around the country spreading the love.
And Bill, can I keep this?
You can.
Awesome. But you're here to actually shake up a cocktail for me. So what are you making?
I am making our signature espressotini.
I love it. Your signature
sweetgrass espressotini.
AKA y'all's espresso martini.
There
right?
you go. There you go.
Okay.
One of the most popular drinks out there.
Yes, it's on trend. All right, so we have pre-portioned out. Thank you very much, because I didn't want to use a jigger.
Yes.
You didn't want to use a jigger.
Now,
All right, what do we got here?
we have 1 ounce of coffee.
All right, because we're doing 2, it's 2 ounces right here.
Right.
All
but for
right.
one person, it's 1. And then we have 1 ounce of tawny part.
Okay, our port wine.
Looking great.
That's so interesting to me.
And then half an ounce for
simple.
individual of simple syrup.
And of course,
The good stuff.
the good stuff. All right, so 1 ounce, obviously.
1 ounce.
But because it's 2 of us,
Two
baby,
for us.
we're gonna do.
we
Bam!
go.
All right,
Boom.
now we icing it up.
Totally icing it up.
Okay. I don't know that I've ever had an espresso martini with port wine. Is that
I think
normal?
you're gonna really like it.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready, baby. There you go. Harder. Yes.
There we go.
let's
Come on.
Go.
Here we
Come
go.
on,
We can do
Bill.
this.
Yes.
This is gonna taste good.
Is it getting cold?
It is cold.
All right. Let's see how pretty that is.
Oh.
Ooh. Creamy.
A little cream at the top.
Oh, frothy. Oh, we're missing. Oh.
Oh, these are big glasses.
These are
That's
big
okay.
glasses. I overdid it.
It's
folks.
okay. They look
listen.
good though.
Okay, I'll take the little one because I overpoured. All right.
All right.
Okay, I'm judging you now. Let's
Okay.
see.
Let's see how we did. This is a we. We're saying we.
baby. That's good.
This you could have more than one of these, I think.
could have, and then that sounds dangerous as hell. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, if people want to get this sweetgrass bog, Bill, where can they go?
Sweetgrass is now available nationwide, which is awesome. And you can go to sweetgrassvodka.com, have it shipped directly to you. And then, that's why we're here in Texas. It's going to be available in stores here in Texas as well.
Yeah.
So
right now
and around the country.
In specs, right?
Correct.
All right. Well,
Correct.
cheers to you. And cheers to you at home. We'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Go get some sweetgrass vodka while you're at it.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters,
Gotcha.
but we can get men pretty big.
What, do I look disgusting?
No. Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in.
Join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.